sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredon18 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco Toyz 112 Collector Blade. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do get the basic style box when it comes to the regular releases for the Mezco 112 line. So on the front of the slipcover here on the top does say Blade, same thing on the center, on the bottom says 112 Collective and Marvel. And then the bottom of the actual box here, we do get the warning and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box. And then the one side of the slipcover, same thing on the other side as well. Then the back, we do get a bunch of cool promo images of the figure along with all of the accessories included with this blade. Then you can remove the slipcover here. And then we do get a window displaying the figure and the accessories and the sides of the boxes 112 Collective. Then the back, we do get a giant Mezco Toyz logo of Gomez. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at the Daywalker. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Mezco, I think, did an absolute superb job with this blade here. I really don't think they could have done any better of a job with this figure. Some people says the face sculpts look like Martin Lawrence, which they kind of do. And I think this one here, when he has the sunglasses on, it looks like R. Kelly, which is not a good thing at all. I do like the open mouth face a lot better than this one here, but this one turned out pretty nice. The skin tone on the face doesn't match perfectly with the neck and the arms. The arms and the neck match really good, but the skin tone on the face is a bit off. Then we do get the beard. I believe it's sculpted on the face, or maybe that's just the paint. Beard looks really good though. Nice clean paint all throughout it. I believe it is sculpted. Eyes blood paint and look in the same direction. The hair looks really nice. We get that design on his hair as well. I love the way it looks, how it's like faded on the top. Very, very nice looking. And then we do get his badass tattoos on the back of his head and neck right there, which look really cool. As you can see, they painted it all the way up on the neck there. And then for the cloth clothing here, we just get a basic shirt, as you can see there, with some red stitching around the neck and around the sleeves. I mean, the shirt, I think, looks fine. You can see some stitching running down the shoulder and the side of the arm, and then under the arm and down the side of the torso, and then on the back as well. But I have no problems with the shirt. I think the shirt looks pretty cool. The one thing that does annoy the hell out of me with this figure is this damn belt. As you can see, it's a separate piece. It likes to go up a lot, so it looks really stupid. But it's really difficult to try to get it over the pants. It like pushes the pants down when you try to get it over the pants there. That's what I try to do, but it doesn't want to seem to go over the pants. The belt itself does look really nice, though. You get some holsters for his throwing blades. We do get some nice sculpt and paint on the belt. We'll get a couple pouches on the back as well. And the pants are stitched to the shirt, as you can see right there. And then the pants here, we do get that like a leathery type material, and it does look really nice. You see they added stitching where the zipper would be, even where the pockets would be as well. And there's the back. You can see more stitching running down the butt crack of blade there. And then there's more stitching in between the legs, running down the legs, and then running down the sides of the legs as well. But I dig the way the pants look. They have a tiny bit of bagginess to them as well. Then we do get the holster on the left thigh for his stakes. And I just left the stakes in there, but the holster itself looks pretty cool. And then the boots here look dope also. We do get that plate of armor on the shin right there, which looks nice. And I do like the sculpted texture to the boots. I think that looks really cool. You can even see like the stitching on the feet and even on the boots themselves as well. Just beautiful tiny sculpt detail on this figure, man. And the bottom of them, we do get some really nice sculpted treads and a couple peg holes. But overall, like I said in the beginning, I think Mezco really did do a superb job with this blade. And I don't think they could have done any better of a job when it comes to the detail. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, blade is included with a ton of awesomeness. I don't think they could have given us any more or any cooler accessories with a figure. So first and foremost, we do get the Mezco bag in case you're someone who likes to store your accessories in there. And then we do get the Mezco stand. So we do have the base here that says blade on it. Dig the way that looks with the peg on it in case you're someone who likes to peg your figures on the base there. Then we do have the rest of the stand in case you want to make the stand. So we have the arm and the clamp. And the way you get it on, you just take the peg out, take the bottom of the stand, unpeg it like that, and then peg it in. And it does have the basic stand articulation. And these are some of the best stands ever created by man. So we do get that stuff, and then we do get his dope trench coat. And some people hate it, some people like it. I think it looks really nice. They put a real zipper on it. Some people might not like that the zipper's kind of big, but the zipper actually works. It comes zipped up out of the packaging, and it's cool that they added it on there. They didn't have to, but I like it. I'm glad they added the zipper on it, and it is that leathery type material. I believe there is bendy wire in the collar right here, and then there's bendy wire running down the side, so that is definitely a huge plus. It is stitched beautifully, as you can see there. And then I love the red lining. I really dig the material they used for the red lining. That looks real dope, man. Very nice job on the trench coat, and it does fit on him very tightly. I'll show you that right now quickly. Right, so real quickly, I just wanted to show you what Blade does look like with the trench coat on, and I dig the way it looks. Like I said before, some people hate it, and some people like it. I don't mind it. I don't think it's a bad trench coat or anything like that. You can either have it zipped up, or you could leave it unzipped. You could have the collar down like this, or put it up Elvis style, because you do have the bendy wire in the collar, and then you do have the bendy wire running down the sides, and the bendy wire is pretty strong. Also, it is a bit of a tight fit up around the torso and the shoulders and the upper arms, and it is a bit difficult trying to move his arms around in certain poses, so some people might not be too happy about that. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is the magnet for the clip that holds the sheath can still magnetize through the trench coat right there, so that is definitely awesome. So we do get the trench coat, and then we also get 2 interchangeable heads and 4 pairs of sunglasses. Even though I just have 2 of them out there, he is included with 4, and I did lose one of them. And starting on the left, we do get the basic stern-looking face, which is the face that does come on the figure out of the packaging that we already did take a look at. And you can see the sunglasses in the middle there, and I like how they made the lens like a shiny, glossy black plastic. And then finally on the right, we do get my favorite face out of the 2, which is the yelling, screaming, open mouth face, where you can see Blade's fangs, and that face looks so damn sick, and definitely the coolest out of the 2. The paint and sculpt detail throughout that face looks fantastic. It's just the eyes on mine aren't as centered as the basic stern face, so not too happy about that, even though I'm just going to have him wearing the sunglasses all the time anyway. But we get some great sculpt and paint detail throughout both faces. It's very easy to swap the heads. I'll show you how to do that right now, along with putting on the sunglasses, and how awesome he does look with the sunglasses on. And the way you swap the heads and put on the sunglasses is very simple. So as you can see, we do have the basic stern face with the sunglasses, and that just looks so awesome. But this head does look like R. Kelly, so that definitely is not good Mezco. When you want to swap the heads, just pull up, and it pops right off, and then take the better head sculpt out of the 2 and push down on the joint, pop that on, and the way you get the sunglasses on is very simple, and they stay on there. They don't fall off or anything like that. So you can see that looks so sick once you have the sunglasses on there. I really dig the way the sunglasses turned out, so they don't fall off or anything like that. In case you lose some, they did give you spares, so you do have 4 of these sunglasses. And I did say I lost one of them, and I did just find it. So we do get the 2 interchangeable heads and the 4 sunglasses. And then we also get 6 stakes, even though I just have 3 of them out there. And then we do get 2 of his throwing blades. Then we do get his sheath, his sword. Then we do get the clip that is magnetized that does hold the sheath. So we do get 6 of these stakes here. And they are sculpted really well. And I really do dig the silver paint that they chose for him. And you can store them on the holster on his left hip, which I will show you shortly. Even though I did have them in there before, I'll just show you how to do that quickly in a second. Then we do get 2 of his throwing blades, so as you can see, you can collapse it and you can open it here. It's on a swivel, as you can see right there. So very cool that you can actually close them, and then you can also holster them on the belt as well, and then you can open them. And these are probably some of my favorite accessories. I love the sculpt detail on them, and then that silver paint once again looks beautiful. And like I said, I'll show you how to do that shortly. So we do get 2 of those. Then we do get the sword, sheath, and the clip here. And this is probably my favorite accessory. The sheath looks really nice. Very cool looking sheath there. And then the sword is my favorite accessory, hands down. Very cool looking. I like how there's like little tiny gaps right there in the blade, which looks really cool. And I love that silver type paint that they used for the blade, that metallic, like grayish, gunmetal gray type color. I love the way that looks, and it is sharp, so be careful of that. And then the cross guard and the handle looks pretty cool too, and you can store it right in the sheath like so, and it won't fall out or anything like that. So we do get that. Then we do get the clip here, which has some nice sculpt detail on it, and then you can see the magnet on the other side. And I'll show you how to use all these accessories on blade right now quickly. Alright, so the way you holster some of his vampire slaying weapons, so these stakes here, as you can see, I already have 2 of them. And there, all you do is just slide it right through, and it stays in there nice and tight. They're not going to fall out or anything like that. And then for the throwing blades, what I do is as you can see the holsters on the side of the belt, I put it this way, and then I turn it and then push it through. Because sometimes this gets stuck on there, and you can't fully get it through, so it can get irritating. So do it sideways, and then turn it, and then just push it through, and then there you go. They're not going to fall off or anything like that. So that's how you get those on. Then finally, for the sword here and the magnet clip, you could either put it on sideways, or you could do it like that. I feel like it clips on more securely when you put it on sideways, and then the magnet is right on the center of his back. So there you go. It's not going to fall off or anything like that. So you could have it centered, which is how I usually see Blade holstering his sword, or you could put it sideways. So you could do it whichever way you please. So we do get his vampire slaying weapons, and then we also get a submachine gun with 2 magazines. We do get the shotgun, and then we do get 2 gun blast effects. So we do have the submachine gun here with the extra magazine, and you can remove the magazine. I don't like removing them because then sometimes, like this one's kind of stuck in there. Sometimes when you remove them and you pop them back in, it's so loose it just falls right out. So I'm not even going to bother popping that out, but you can see the bullet sculpted and painted on the top of the mag right there, which looks pretty cool. But this gun just looks dope. Blade always has like these unique looking guns like he adds on to it, or Whistler does. Beautiful sculpt and paint all throughout that, as you can see there. Then we do have the peg hole for the gun blast effect, which we have seen a few times already. Be careful of these pegs because they can break very easily, so just be very cautious when pegging it and unpegging it. Into the barrel, you can see the bullet on the end right there, and it is a yellow translucent plastic. Goes more clear the more it gets to the bullet there. And as you see, you just peg that in like so, and it looks pretty damn cool. And then we do get my favorite gun, which is the shotgun, and you can actually pump it too, which is pretty damn awesome. And then it does have the strap here that you can actually remove if you wanted to take it off, as you can see right there. And if you want to put it back on, just clip it right back on. You can wrap this right around Blade's shoulder, and the shotgun just looks so dope, man. Very nice sculpt and paint all throughout that. Just the tiny sculpt detail just freaking fascinates me, the way Mezco does it, man. And you can take the other blast effect and just put it into the barrel. Be careful with that peg as well. This one's kind of a tight fit, so I get like scared putting it in and taking it out. The sculpt of it looks really nice. I really dig the way this blast effects looks. Mine's kind of on an angle though, as you can see. See how it's going more upward, and then if I go this way, it's shooting like downward. So the peg was put on a bit of an angle, but I love the sculpt of it. We do get that yellow translucent plastic. That kind of blends a little more light the further to the end it goes, but definitely cool looking gun blast effect there. So we do get that stuff, and then we finally get 12 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging, and all the hands are very simple to swap out, which is usual when it comes to Mezco figures. Then we do get a pair of regular gripping hands, which are either meant for the sword or the stakes. And then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, and the finger isn't actually squeezing on the trigger, it's more like resting on it. And we do get a right trigger finger hand where he's squeezing on the trigger, and then we do get a left gripping hand where his thumb is sticking out. Kind of looks like a thumbs up hand, so I guess you could use that for the sword or the stakes. And then we do get a left open resting hand. Then we do get a right, I guess, semi-open hand where the pinky and ring finger are kind of like a gripping type hand. So you can, I guess, have him grip onto the sword with that, or maybe the stakes, or even the throwing blades. and then that one you could use for the throwing blades as well. Then we do get a right karate chippity chop chop hand, and then a left open palm strike hand, and we get some great sculpt and paint detail throughout all 12 hands. But anyway, that is all the incredibly awesome accessories included with the Vampire Slayer. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of the Daywalker, to the very top of his head, it looks like he's a little bit over 6.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the Mezco 112 Black Panther, the 112 PX Doctor Strange, the Marvel Legends Moon Knight, and the SH Figuarts The Dark Knight Batman. And then here he is compared to the SH Monster Arts Predator Wolf, the SH Figuarts Infinity War Thor, the Mezco 112 Popeye, and the Mafex comic version Spider-Man. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and I think Mezco is trying to update certain points of articulation, which I'm definitely happy with. So we do have 2 points at the neck here. The upper neck joint, you could get the Daywalker to look up a pretty good amount. And then going down, he looks down pretty well. And then we do get very nice pivot at the upper neck there, as you can see. And then, of course, it does swivel. The lower neck joint goes forward and back just a tiny bit. So combining both joints, he looks down about that much. And then both joints looks up about that much. Do get a little bit of pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. So pretty good movement at both the neck joints. And we do get a point of articulation at the torso under the chest here. And these joints really don't give you the best movement, as you can see. Only goes forward about that much, which is pretty basic for Mezco. Doesn't really go back too much with that joint. And then you do get pretty good pivot, actually. So you do get a nice pivot at the torso, and then you do get some good swivel as well. The waist here goes forward and back pretty well. So with both joints, blade crunches forward that much, and then both joints goes back about that much. And then the waist really does not pivot at all. Then you do get swivel at the waist as well. And then for the arms here, we do have a very minimal butterfly type joint, as you can see, and you can kind of move the arms a bit in a circular motion, and then the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely awesome. They do go up and down. We do have the true bicep swivel, which is very tight on my figure there. Then we do have the double jointed elbows that bend in almost all the way. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist here, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth, and the color of the ball joint is just so off compared to the skin tone there. I don't know if you could see or tell through the camera. And then for the legs here, blade can kick forward about 90 degrees, which is definitely good. Doesn't really go to the back at all. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And blade pretty much can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, so definitely nice leg movement with blade here. Then we do get the hip swivel or upper thigh swivel. Then we do have the double jointed knees that bend back all the way, so that is definitely awesome. And then the boot has a tiny bit of a swivel there. You really don't even need to use it, because you do get the swivel at the ankle. Hinges up tiny bit at the ankle, hinges down pretty good, and then we do get some very nice ankle pivot with this blade. So I think Mezco is trying to fix their ankle joints, because Black Panther had some great ankle movement, and now Blade does as well. So very happy about that from Mezco with these newer figures. And this Blade does have some pretty good movement. You're definitely going to be able to get him in some pretty good Daywalker-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Blade. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I really do think this is one of Mezco's best figures that they have made to date, so I'm definitely going to have to give it a perfecto 10. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can head over to Agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I would recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. then the sides of the slipcover are the same here, as you can see. Well, I'm not showing you, so you actually can see. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Mezco did an absolute, the SH Figure Arts Infinity War. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. And starting on the left, we do get the basic stern-looking face, which is the face. So starting with the stakes here, they are just what the heck was that? A broken record. That's what it sounded like to me.